battle scene. The sun is shining on me, and I don't have any coffee.
Oh, Travis. Listen.
Red cup. I won't disclose.
Okay, listen. This is I ain't gonna give you the brand yet. You know, we might work that out one day. But they doing they mocha series right now. Look that up. This is the cinnamon mocha flavor. 2.5 tablespoons. You know.
We are back in the building. Tech Master Stro, the battle rap expert, Oplex. And we're kind of talking about, when does battle rap bars go too far? Stro, we've talked about, we never, you know, we're visionaries for the culture, but we've never seen to where battle rap would ever be on NBC, ABC, CB. We don't see where it will become mainstream. We've tried the pay-per-view. Talk to me briefly about that, Stro.
I mean,
why?
Well, I mean, it can't. It's
a profanity.
No, it's a blood. It's not just a profanity, right? Because I mean, we do have pretty raw language in comedy, right? So we see that all the time. I think it's more of the environment, more of the underlying culture that seems to be what would be the word, promoted, you know, by, let's say, fans and maybe even leagues themselves.
And so we're talking about, we don't want to hear any bars that would be a reference point to George Floyd. Now, if you're a battlehead and you don't watch a lot of TV, you still should know, because I mean, you probably heard it from somebody else. Let's just say you don't have a TV, you know, and you watch battle rap on yourself. I mean, if you don't have a TV, you're probably not watching this, just to be fair. But if you do have a TV, then you should know about George Floyd bars that has the potential to come out in battle rap. Stro, how many weeks would you give it?
This is I don't know. This might be, you never know with battle rap.
6 months?
You don't know. I mean, literally, they could be out there right now. They could be sitting in someone's Adobe Premiere Pro project waiting to be exported to a video file.
And so you just tuned in to the #1 authority for quality battle rap reviews and commentary. And what we're saying is, it's all over for us. If you want to do a George Floyd bar, we're not going to rock with you. If you want to do a Trayvon Martin bar, we're not going to rock with you. Why? The reason we're saying that is because this is something that is reminiscent of the civil rights time, and it's nothing to capitalize off of your battle career on. There are better bars. I would say there are better bars that you could use beyond pulling out a George Floyd bar.
Well, you know, I want to, you know, clarify that is not retroactive. You know, that's going forward and MC specific. And the real, you know, issue at hand really is there a line in battle rap? And we've had this conversation before, and though we're talking about this specific incident, really it goes back to that base point, that base issue. Is there a line? And some will argue that there isn't, and that's what I believe would be a, you know, bone of contention with, you know, at least a group of battle rap fans among the culture.
I agree with you there. I mean, so are you kind of equating battle rap to almost comedy, to where comedians are like gods of entertainment, meaning that they can say whatever? Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, focusing on stand up, they can kind of say whatever in the effort to make people laugh. Are you leaning on that? Like,
Nah, no. That goes back to why we're talking. That was an issue in regards to battle rap going mainstream, and you mentioned
okay,
profanity. So
okay,
I reference comedy because it's mainstream, but they use a lot of profanity. That doesn't have a gauge on that's not a it doesn't have a bearing on them being able to say what they want in any situation, because that's not really true, right? That's not true, right? Because I mean, you may be able to, like, as a like a white supremacist, like, be among a group of those types and have a comedy set, right? And it works there, right? But you're not going mainstream with a bona fide, straight up, Archie Bunker, like, old school set in these days. So no, even comedians can't really say what they want. Look at what was it? Kevin Hart basically lost a major hosting opportunity that he really
yeah,
looked
for the
forward to
Oscar.
his whole career because of something he said, I believe, off stage. I mean, I think he was actually on stage, but
But I still feel like what I'm saying is like, it's if you come out 6 months from now, John Doe battle rapper, you know the sensitivity of using a George Lloyd bar. It really doesn't matter. R.I.P. George Lloyd. Like, God will take care of his spirit. Let's say that. We gotta stay woke.
amen.
My problem is battle rappers will actually construct a bar just for the shocking ooh and wah factor. So it's not, if you construct the George Lloyd bar for the effort of the stay woke cause and that we need justice, then I'm all for it. But we're not talking about Stro. We're talking about the bar that actually is using George Lloyd to damage his opponent.
Yeah, or referencing like the
It's going to be like,
don't even go there. I'm not even gonna let you. We already know where it's going. So, but here's the point, and it allows the conversation to be had in the culture, right? Because nobody wants to talk about it, but there is a line, right? You can't just say anything anymore, right? Because the platform is growing and has become not mainstream, but it's trying to inch its way out there. And
yeah,
the
yeah,
fact of the matter is, the culture is, basically run by Black-owned business, right? And you know, definitely,
that's out the URL. Now we're
right?
talking.
I mean, most of them.
And ARP, by the way.
And the fact of the matter is, in an effort to, like, really show respect, unity, and a sound form of support as well as protest peacefully, right? You just don't use those bars, right? Because you don't desensitize that situation. It's the desensitizing of these types of situations that
Yeah.
just continue to make them prevalent, man. And I don't want to see that happening in the culture, specifically a culture that represents the race, really, that's being afflicted by this issue.
I mean, for the people that are like totally in that stay woke crowd, Black Lives Matter, etc. That's just probably your top brand of stay woke. You know what I mean? But if you're woke, right? If you haven't listened to battle rap, battle rap is, again, it's kind of like comedy. You can kind of say whatever. ever. And so
right now, it is beyond comedy plays. This you can't even say it. It's beyond comedy because like you literally can say any and everything that you want to say. Period.
but the artist that is actually, like you said, probably already has a George Floyd bar there. He would probably disagree with us. He would say, well, it's just a way for me to express it, how I really feel. That's probably what the artist would say. No, I didn't mean it that way. I really wasn't talking about the fact that the cop had his knee on the guy's neck while he screamed, I can't breathe. No, it was just some bars so I could show that I'm going through some pain and I'm battling this guy. Your thoughts, Drew?
I still think that it's disrespectful. Like, you know, one of my main things about people who have passed is allowing them to rest in peace and allowing their memory to, you know, rest. You know what I mean? Like, let it be. You don't have to clout chase, bar chase, reaction chase, because that's one bar out of a 9-minute set, right? Because you probably doing 3-minute rounds in a full time. If you KOTD, you got it's 6. So you didn't even need it. It didn't make your round. And if it made your round, that's even worse. So to me, it's
tricky with battle rap is like a lot of guys that, like, probably one of the guys that would write a bar like that and actually put it out on the World Wide Web probably doesn't know any better. And hence this post.
no, I mean, and really, I'm not even.
You don't know it. I mean, to me, like you said, just the sensitivity on the loss of a life is too soon. But like you said, it's probably a guy that's already got it, waiting on his next battle.
And then it's like too soon, or is it ever okay? Like, because then there's like, that's because that goes back to the line, right? Like, because if you can kind of get a line set, right? That's why I keep bringing it back up. You can't one off this situation, right? You can't apply humanity to one tragedy and not apply humanity to another tragedy, right? So like somebody, I mean, loses their nephew on the day they battle somebody. Maybe don't say you lost the battle the same day you lost your nephew. You know what I'm saying? Like, is battle rap to be portrayed as a culture that lacks humanity? Because if we're going to continue to allow that kind of material and that kind of pressure to come from these rounds, it will be the embodiment of inhumane. Like, there's
You know what? Before I answer that question, let me kind of put that disclaimer out, is that battle scene, we do not condone any George Floyd bars, any bars where there has been injustice for any culture, any race in the world. Like, that's not what it's about. But still, as it relates to battle rap, I do feel that, yes, I think if you take that aspect away, I think we're going towards like a wilding out kind of like, I can be disrespectful, but you know, I can't cross certain borders because, you know, we've talked to top tier battle rappers that said it's really no boundaries in what you can say, which is one of the reasons we say that battle rap will never be mainstream. I mean,
right. And if that's the end goal, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of one of those dudes anyways, where like I find a nice series, a little book series or whatever, and boom, you know what I'm saying? This little, I might let my sister know, hey, check this out, it's a dope series, right? Next thing you know, it's on HBO, right? Everybody thinks they're like Song of Ice and Fire fans, right? What is that? What's that?
Song of Ice and Fire?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
What show is that?
You got me.
Game of Thrones, right? If you read the books, the series is really a Song of Ice and Fire, right? But it's a niche culture, right? So once it gets out, it's never what it was when it was niche, right? It's all like mainstream and watered down, and people think they really know what they're talking about when they don't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with it staying niche. But if they really want it to ever get mainstream, you don't have to take out the guns. You ain't got to take out all of that.
I agree,
but
right.
You kind of do gotta have some sort and sense of humanity in its environment, right? And I think there are bars that they don't say, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they kind of stopped using the F word. Bro, I haven't heard that word in a long time.
The F-bomb doesn't come out.
They don't drop that word like they used to. You see what I'm saying? So there's already some kind of something going on behind the scenes, because that had to be a cultural decision. Like, they didn't just stop using that. You know what I'm saying? So there has to be a line, bro. You have to make one.
So you're saying that the league owners should draw the line, right?
You have to. Here's an example. Take UFC. UFC was big. They making numbers, just like some of these big battle rap leagues. They doing their numbers, bro. Right? They can even fill arenas. Some of them, right? Because, you know, this is in the early days. Everybody ain't down with that bare knuckle fighting. You know what I'm saying? Y'all out here bare knuckle fighting, like y'all just, you know.
And if you know, fans, there was a point where UFC could only be seen on pay-per-view.
Right. Or, yeah, and you might just be able to see it there. You know what I mean? Like, pay-per-view, that was it. So you see how when they went mainstream, what they got. You can't knee somebody while they down anymore. Man, back in the day, it don't matter where you at. You finna get it.
Yeah, but they cut that fight off. I mean, you know what I mean?
No, bro. Back in the day, bro, it was all out, bro. Like, so like now you got gloves. First of all, you got gloves. Okay, that's the first thing they gave up. That's not even That's not even what they came from.
Draw the line. They did draw the line.
They drew the line, right? Where? At the bare knuckle already, right?
Yep.
They drew the line at no holds barred. They took that away. They just said, you know what? We are going to have holds barred. We are going to have rules.
Yes. Yeah.
And now guess where they at? ESPN.
Yeah. and so this is what you're suggesting for battle rap.
That's all I'm saying. Like, it's one of the
lines that, you know, ARP, Smack, they are kind of already drawing the line. Like you said, haven't heard the F-bomb. The F-bomb isn't used a lot anymore. Like, I agree with you there. You don't hear that F-U-C-K like you used to.
No, I ain't even talking about that one. I'm talking about the F-A word.
G-G-O-T?
Uh-huh. I mean, Mac Myron says it quite a bit, but he's typically referencing Loso. But dude, if you notice, when they reference it, they'll just say gay.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro.
Saying gay is acceptable as opposed to the other F-bomb.
But I'm telling you, grind time, all that back in the day, man, that was normal.
I got you. Okay.
I mean, go back to the Slim Shady
LP. Is making progress. So it sounds like we're saying that battle rap is kind of, you know, we're saying no George Floyd bars. And we get into the trenches and we're talking about like how lines need to be drawn. It's basically what we're saying. And you're saying lines are being drawn, Stro. Quietly, subtly.
Quietly, right? But like, yeah, but not enough right now. Not enough fast enough, right? Because it could easily be declared just right from the top. Yo, we don't want to hear that. That's it.
So like, so let me ask you this real quick, and we got to get out of here. But let me ask you this. So Nick Cannon and the whole Wild 'N Out crew, it is a form of battle rap. I mean, it is. It is more commercial.
Okay. Yep. It is.
You
I
know,
appreciate what it is.
it does put battle rap out there. I mean, it is a battle rap brand, but it's just so fluffy.
It
It's
is fluffy.
it's fluffy.
But listen, stop. Listen, it does what it's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't see battle rappers who you watched on URL in the mid 2000s, late like 10, 11, 12s,
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Okay.
They had that one, movie, and then the Eminem, but that's the mainstay. They had the little BET thing, but that was with Smack. You know what I'm saying? This cat is bringing cats up out of battle rap. So as long as he's doing that, it's all good.
And I would say with URL Freestyle Friday, I mean, those battles went down live, but when you saw 106 in Park, it was censored, clearly.
Yeah.
And I feel that Smack Beasley prepped the guys like, don't be coming in with all this, because if we censor too much, it's gonna take away from everything you saying, dude. Like, it's a way to come into this kind of studio environment.
Right. There's always a way.
So URL has to be careful, and I think they're on it. But this whole caffeine stage is like this closed set studio environment. And I think they're doing it. I think they're doing it. Kind of giving them the prequel to, hey, if you're going to get in here, it's okay to go off, but don't say FAGGOT. Don't say, now the M-bomb is still being used, but what do you say about that?
That's a cultural mainstay, bro. That's across way too many environments to approach.
Yep. That's a whole different post. All right, we'll shut it down right there. The battle expert in the building.
My pleasure.
Battle Leagues already. Shouts out to ARP. Organic. You need to pay attention to this one. I know you're in Canada. This is a good one to pay attention to. Shouts out to Organic, Smack, Beasley, and ARP. We see that you guys are laying the lines down as battle rap. But this whole caffeine thing is a whole different look. Like, it does look like battle rap is getting way more crispy, professional. ARP over here doing social distancing. We see that you guys are laying down the lines. All battle scene is saying is be careful what you say, because any battle rapper that comes out his mouth at any time, and it could be 6 months, it could be 2 years. We don't want to hear Trayvon. We don't want to hear Fred from Baltimore. We don't want to hear about George Floyd. It's, draw those lines, because when you got businesses, Black-owned businesses burning down, when you got that kind of action going on, there's a better bar that you can pick up than actually using the reference point of George Floyd, Trayvon, etc. Stay woke, y'all.
If you're not gonna use a bar in a manner to support, it has to be some type of. But we're talking bars where they're gonna basically talk about you not breathing, then say his name, right?
Yep.
That's not a way to stand up in support of his family or protest the actions that took place. That's not going to be acceptable. We're not rolling with that.
Absolutely. And for the viewers that are looking at this and thinking like, oh, well, if he does a George Floyd bar, if it was placed right, I'm okay with it. We're saying get a little more mature. This is battle rap, and battle rap has boundaries, and we are defining those lines right now. George Floyd, RIP, is dead. Period. Period. And it's not going to be good for battle rap if a battle rapper comes out right now and uses his name as a punchline.
Yeah.
It's just not. Now, if you laugh at it, if you're all for it, you're watching this, we would just say, get some years under your belt, go to your parents, talk to your kids before you have to do that.
But to the battle rappers, I want to succinctly say, keep our dead out of your bars.